Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, January 15th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you're going to see here is that the futures are trading a little bit lower. They're down by 6 points. It's a decent little drop for the futures, considering each and every day they're basically flat and then make a slight move higher almost every afternoon. So again, futures are starting down a little bit weaker today, down about 6 points. I don't know if we could call it a death sentence here, but they are lower to start the day. So there are a few things that we should talk about quickly. First and foremost, looking at these overall markets, you want to just talk about Europe real quick. Looks like the European economy is contracting, at least the German economy, and that's the most important one. So German economy, the growth is starting to slow there. Some more economic data pointing to that. This morning in the German markets, you do have the DAX down about 0.5%. So, nothing major, nothing horrible. Still money printing going on every which way but loose. But in any case, German economy is showing signs of weakness. Also in England, it looks like inflation is creeping higher than expected, up a little bit more than 2%, which is their target rate. It's up about 2.7%, so a little bit over 2%. I don't know if we can make a lot out of it at the moment, but one thing we will do is keep it on watch, and we'll just see how this market trades out. There are quite a few earnings out today. We have some little gap plays out there too, so we'll take a look at that shortly. But a couple of other things you should note. Gold is getting a bid today. Gold is up $11 to $1,680 an ounce. So if we take a look at the GLD this morning, we'll see that the GLD has caught quite a bid, trading up around the 163 level. That's a decent little pop for gold. So once again, gold is catching a bid. This is coming on the back of a slightly stronger dollar. U.S. dollar index is up about 13 cents this morning. So a little pop on the dollar as well, and gold is trading higher. There is some news last night that gold has been, central banks around the world have been transporting gold from one central bank to another. If this really does begin, it's telling you that central banks around the world may be losing faith in each other. So again, I don't know if we can make too much out of it at the moment, but there are some reports last night that central bankers are trying to take back their gold from each other. So again, if that is the case, maybe gold could be on the rise here. So we'll have to keep an eye on it closely and see how it all trades out going forward. But nonetheless, gold is catching a bid this morning. Let's take a look at oil. Oil is lower by 47 cents. This is because of the stronger dollar, if you ask me. Oil is trading down to $93.70 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO this morning. You will see the USO right here trading down at 34.11. It did close at $34.28. So that is reflecting the little down move in spot crude. Again, light sweet crude down this morning on the back of the stronger dollar. Now, if the dollar fades, as it often does after the opening bell, then oil could get more of a bounce. But in any case, oil is down a little bit to start the day. Let's take a look here at a few other things this morning before we begin. You will have a ton of economic news out at 8:30 this morning. I think the PPI and retail sales for December are due out at 8:30. There also is going to be some more economic data due out at 10 o'clock. I think it's business inventories, if I'm not mistaken. So again, watch for economic data out at 8:30 in the morning, which is only about 4 more minutes from now. And then after that, you're going to watch for more economic data to be released at 10 o'clock. We'll see how this all trades out going forward. Yesterday, President Obama gave a debt ceiling press conference. He looks like he's not budging. He wants that debt ceiling raised, so without conditions. So, fiscal cliff part 2 could be beginning today, and we'll see how this shapes out going forward. Let's take a look at some stocks in the news today. We're going to start off with Lennar. This is not a big mover by any stretch, but Lennar is trading around 41.20. Yesterday the stock closed, I believe, at 41.02. So it's ticking up a little bit. The company did report earnings. I don't think you want to own Lennar here. I think it's overdone to the upside already. The news was baked into the cake. So again, there's no play on Lennar. If Lennar got down to $37, I think that's where traders can look for a bounce. A scalp bounce, that is. All these levels here are just scalp levels. But there's nothing to do prior with Lennar until it gets to around the $37 level. Let's take a look at Lululemon. This one reported earnings as well. The stock closed yesterday at $72.30. Today it is trading at $67.27. It's a fairly strong gap down. I think the stock will have some support at $65.58. It will also have some more support at $62.42. Those are the only levels I would become remotely interested in for a scalp. And if it did decline further, I would watch $58.89. That is it. Those are the only levels that would even become remotely interested in. Here's a small one. I don't really talk about the small ones much, but Office Depot, everybody knows the stock, closed at $3.80 this morning. It's trading around $3.90. I don't think there's a lot you can do with it, but by some chance, if it did, trade higher around the $4.50 level, it would be a stone cold short. But right now, there's not a lot you could do with it. It was making some early moves, but there's not a lot you can do with that one at the moment. Let's take a look at Express. This is another one that is catching a pretty good bid today. This is a fairly strong stock today, so keep that on the radar. This thing does have potential upside, believe it or not, because it's a strong gap up. I'm looking at, well, you're going to have some minor resistance at 1656. I don't think that's really the big play. The better play would be at around 1842. I don't see the stock getting there today, but just keep it on the radar for the near-term future at 1842. I don't think it will get up there. In fact, it will probably stall out around 1656. But it is a strong gap and is not a fade candidate. Let's take a look at SAP. SAP is in the news. This one is getting roasted, toasted, every which way but sideways. Pretty good sell-off here. Stock closed at $81.88 yesterday. Today it is trading at $77.10. Right now, when I look at this one, you could watch for some short-term support around $76. $76 will be short-term support. After that, it is going to be down to $72.33. I think it will get to that 76 level probably by the opening bell or just after the opening bell. 72.33 would be the next level, and then $69 would be the next level after that. So again, SAP is getting roasted and toasted this morning. Let's take a look at Forest Labs. FRX is the ticker symbol. This one closed here at $37.59. It's trading at $35.69 this morning. This is a strong gap as well, so you want to be careful here. The stock does have a little bit of support around $35. So watch $35. Then it's going to be all the way down to $34.28. Those levels could give you some bounces intraday, but this is a strong gap down. So just remember, if the market is weak, the markets are weak, this stock can go lower. Okay, so even though those are support levels I just gave you, if the overall major market is weak, the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, and they're weak and they're going down, just remember this stock can trade lower. It is a strong gap down. Let's take a look at ARM-H. Okay, this is ARM Holdings. Again, this one sold off pretty decently. This is where it's trading right now at $40.50. Closed at $42.40. Traders should be on watch on this one. I'm thinking right now the best level that you could watch for would be around the $35 area. Could be $34.60, right around there. That would be a pretty decent little support level. First and foremost, there could be an aggressive support level at $37.35, but like I said, that's very aggressive. The safer level in my book, would be around the $35.19 to $34.61. Hard to pinpoint this one to the penny, to be honest. After that, it would be down to $32.16, $29.70, and then ultimately $26.95, $27 area. But watch all of these gap plays. They could be in motion this morning. again, we'll see how it does play out. It looks like the producer price index is out. Spiders are getting a little bit of a bounce. It's nothing all that dynamic, but a little bit of a bounce. The dollar is also strengthening, so that should be watched today. Remember, dollar up, market down, dollar up, commodities down. But the dollar showing some strength right here. We'll see if that can last. If the dollar goes higher, I do suspect the markets to pull back further. We'll see how this all plays out going forward. Alrighty, everybody, I'm going to leave it there. I didn't see any more gaps that are playable, but we'll see how this all shakes out and plays out by the end of the trading day. In any case, have a great morning, a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts tomorrow.